Okay.
All right, Stan, thank you so much for taking out some time to chat with Media Mikes here.
Yeah, good to be with you. How you doing?
Good, man, doing well. This is a great day today. I'm a big fan of your music. I mean, it's inspired me since I was a kid. Um,
Oh,
so this is a big moment for me getting to talk to you, and this means a lot, man. So I'll jump
it's
right
my
in. I mean,
yeah.
I was gonna say I want to start from the beginning. You know,
Okay.
um, The Touch was originally, which is cool. I actually didn't know this, was inspired from a line of dialogue from Iron Eagle. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
that's correct.
And
Yeah.
then panned originally for Cobra with Stallone, which is cooler. And then it ended up on Transformers. Like, how did that work?
The label set that up. I didn't really know what transpired, but they, you know, let me know that it was going to be in the Transformers movie. And I was like, a cartoon movie about robots? Really? Yeah. Little did we know it was going to be this huge phenomenon. So
Oh, I
it
know it.
turned out to be a very cool thing.
And how about like Dare? Because that's also in the film. How did that one come about? That
They
was
actually,
after the fact or before?
yeah, I didn't write Dare. They brought me in to sing it, and
Sing it.
yeah,
Right, right, right.
right.
So that's
But
cool, man.
great song.
Oh yeah, no, totally, absolutely. And so how familiar were you with the Transformers franchise? I guess before, and like have you kind of become more of a fan now since?
Yeah, I had like my nephew at the time. He was like 8 or 9 years old, and he had a transformer, and he was like he could like do it really fast, and I was like, wow, I sat there for a few minutes and couldn't get it to change. So that was my first experience with a transformer. So, but it turned out to be really cool. Yeah, those things are great. The toys.
That's so funny, man.
Yeah.
And the song has been featured. I mean, I've heard it in everything. Let's say from Boogie Nights, movies to TV, like Goldbergs. I mean, like, how does it feel to kind of be such an important part of pop culture where they keep bringing it back in? I think that's super cool.
It's the best. Yeah, it's been a real cool ride, being a part of this, a part of the franchise. And it's just I it makes me feel good when I hear people say that, it somehow, made their lives better or whatever, meant a lot to them as a song and whatever, and just as an inspirational kind of feeling. So that's like the
Sure.
best to hear stuff like that.
Well, you know what? That's actually leads right to my next question. I got a fan question over from Jim Baldassi, one of our readers, and
Hmm.
he says, "Let's talk about like the 35 years legacy that the song has had, and the effect on so many people over the years." Like you said, because like him, he's a big fan. The song has inspired him over, the last 35 years of his life. I mean, that must be. That's a pretty crazy thing to even think about.
Yeah, it's very awe inspiring. I mean, I just like it makes me feel good. Like I said, it's like I've gotten fan letters from people, over the years, and it's really cool. I mean, one guy, I guess he was in a real low point in his life, and it turned him around. Just I don't know, just it's neat to hear stuff like that. And but yeah, I think probably a lot of the kids had the movie, had a copy of the movie, so they played it over and over. So I think that had a lot to do with it.
I agree, man. Well, I got to tell you, I mean, not just that song. I think, most of your music that I enjoy has that. I don't know. It has that inspiring feel, and that's why I've always been a fan since a kid. So,
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
oh,
it's
totally.
it's funny. The Touch was the song that started that kind of thing off. Just I seem like every album will have, two or three songs that have sort of, go for it, and you can believe in yourself, and it's just I don't know, it's a real positive feeling, a positive message, I think, for people. And I don't know, the Touch was kind of the beginning of all of that.
Sure. And what's cool is that you've actually even re-recorded the songs a few. I mean, you've re-recorded that song a few times now over the years.
Yeah.
So, like, what kind of led you to do that? And do you kind of have, a favorite? You know what I mean? Like, do you like, you know, the theme with the touch? Do you like it? So, like, what's your favorite take on it?
Well, I don't know. The original is pretty hard to beat,
True,
but uh,
true.
but the 2007 they call it a remix, but it was actually a re-record. Um, this sounds really close. I mean, uh, I can tell the difference. I think a lot, if you listen closely. But yeah, it's one of those things where the song just seems to work. However way whatever way you change it. I did a total rework of the song in 2009 that I don't know, was a little bit of a Linkin Park vibe or whatever, and
Sure.
you know it's got a lot of mixed comments. Some people
Well,
don't want you to mess with the original thing.
sure,
Yeah.
sure. No, I mean it's not a bad version. I actually just I was listening to it this morning, and I came across it, and I was like, oh, this one's not bad either. So that's why I wanted to kind
Oh,
of throw it in
thanks.
there. And like at one point, because this movie came out in '86, at one point did it kind of hit you that this was something special? Like, obviously, the movie wasn't the biggest hit when it came out originally,
Mhm.
in theaters, but then it's grown this like cult fan, over the years, and as has the song has grown with it, as et cetera, et cetera. So, how have you feel that when did it finally hit you? At what point?
Yeah, well, let's see. I started going to these conventions and
Those are
appearing.
fun.
Like the first BotCon, I think, was in '97, and Vince DiCola and myself went there, and it was in Rochester, New York, and we performed, kind of a scaled down version of our normal live thing, and it was just really awesome. The people were just great, and it was a fun time. And then after that, during the early 2000s, they started attending them regularly in different parts of the country, and
Sure.
sometimes performing, sometimes just appearing as a guest, and it's just really neat. The people are awesome. They're so nice, and it's just I don't know. It's been fun.
That's cool. If I'm not mistaken, I think you're actually coming to a con here in Florida. I'm in Orlando.
Oh
So I
wow,
think you're coming to a con in Florida at some point this year, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, it's the
So
weekend before Thanksgiving,
that's
the
good.
November 18, 19, and
There you
I'm gonna
go.
or 19, 20, whatever it is. I'm gonna be performing. I'm gonna perform the Touch and Dare at an outdoor amphitheater in Fort Myers, and that's
That's
yeah, that's gonna be really fun. And I'll be available. I'll be on hand all weekend for autographs and whatnot, and pictures, that kind
how
of thing.
cool is that? I might take the trip down. We'll see what happens. I got to talk to
Oh,
the wife.
that's funny, Orlando. I was born there.
Isn't that funny, right? Isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been here. I'm originally from New York, but I'm from Orlando
yeah,
last decade or so.
that's
That's
great.
cool, man. So you also got some tracks in some Van Damme movies too. Bloodsport. I mean, like, how did those come about? Because those are also some great songs, man. I listen to those
Thanks,
pretty much daily.
thanks a lot. Yeah, the first two Van Damme movies, Bloodsport and Kickboxer, and yeah, it was the same kind of deal. They got me into sing the songs, and that song "Never Surrender" was my buddy Lenny Macaluso, who co-wrote the Touch with me. He wrote that song. Born,
Okay.
yeah, and Born to Fight was later, but yeah, the Van Damme stuff was really cool. I met him a couple times. Once at the screening, and then
Cool.
a couple years later, he came into a nightclub I was playing at. It was like a big outdoor place here in LA, and the bouncers were giving him a hard time, and I said, I'll let this guy in, and he came over and thanked me, and I told him I was the one who sang in those movies. He said, "Wow," he said. Anyway, it was neat. He's
How
really
cool
nice.
is that?
I-
Oh, that's awesome. One of my legends. I love him.
yeah,
So I also just have to. I have to give a quick shout out to one of my favorite movies. I don't know if you're familiar with it. You know, it's been a while, but Turbo Kid. I don't know if you're familiar with the
Oh
movie.
yeah, yeah. I remember that one.
One of my favorites. I love it. I'm looking at one of the comic books right now in my office.
Oh, that's
So
great.
yeah, they made a comic book off the movie too, which is actually really cool. But I loved hearing "Thunder in Your Heart" from the film. How did that come about? They just
Oh yeah, the let's see, that was originally recorded by uh, John Farnham, and
okay,
he did the original version, and it was in the movie Rad from
right,
back then.
totally. What a great movie that is too.
Yeah, yeah, he's a great singer. Anyway, we redid a new version of that, like I guess it was maybe 5 years ago. It was on the Ultimate album, the one from me. It was like maybe 5 or 6 years ago. But great song. Yeah,
Oh,
Thunder's really
totally,
good.
man. That's epic. So, and the holidays are coming up. So I saw on your page that you have this really gorgeous kind of this Stan Bush collection available for sale. You want to kind of tell us about that and what, how
Yeah,
where
I
fans can get it or whatnot?
yeah, I was looking to see if I have one handy, but
Ah, that would have
they're
been
put away.
cool.
But it's yeah, it's a box set, 10 CDs, and it's it really we brought it out just before Christmas last year, and of course it's available at stanbush.com. But yeah, it's really I'm really proud of it. It's my the last 10 albums or so, and it's I think there were 14 altogether, but this it's a really solid box set, and comes in a nice packaging and all that. I
Well, that
had got it
matters,
all
man.
printed
That's
up,
awesome.
and but yeah, that's available, and we'll probably be running some kind of special uh with the holidays coming up, and so forth. I'll have them at the Fort Myers thing.
Ah,
So
kick
I'll have
ass.
some.
That's awesome.
Okay. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So I guess then also tell us about, last question I got is kind of throw us, if you have any new music that you're working on. I know you've had some singles in, like the last year or two. Is there a new album in the cards coming up or anything you
Yeah,
could
it's
tell us?
thank you. Yeah, it's in the works. I'm working on stuff. I'm probably halfway through recording it. It's one of those things where over a period of 2 to 3 years, I'll just be writing and recording along as I go. I can't sit down and write a whole album in a month. It takes
Yeah.
you know so it's great because it's just it's a labor of love. I just it's just part of me, to do that. And I've been very blessed to work with my producer, Holger Fath. He's from Germany originally, and he's my best friend and really great guitar player, and just he does everything. And so we've been working together. He's produced the last 5 albums with me. So
Oh, that's
anyway, so I'm
amazing,
working
man. I
with
can't wait to
him.
hear it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Great.
but
All right,
good,
cool. Well,
some good
listen.
stuff in the works. I can't be able tell you too much. There's a couple of things in the works though that are going to be nice and big coming up in 23 and all that. So exciting things on the horizon.
So
So,
fun, Stan. That's amazing, man. I love it. Well, listen, I
uh,
really appreciate you taking out some time to do this. And
uh,
hopefully, I'll see you down in Fort Myers. We'll see.
that'd be great. Yeah, and check out stanbush.com and keep in touch. Thank you for the interview. Enjoyed it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.